Hey Aquarians, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your Spirit Tea Leaf forecast for the month of September. Hey guys! So long time no see. I feel like I haven't made a video in forever since I made July and August pretty much back to back. So good to be back and to be talking with you guys. I do personal readings. If you want one, go to hesultimage.com. I'm just going to start saying the actual website name, because usually I'll just say hit the link below, which I do put there, but it's like, the thing just collapses the link anyhow, so I'm like, that kind of sucks. So, yeah, hesultimage.com. I do tarot card and tea leaf readings for personal readings. I do life coaching. I do spiritual coaching, which is coaching for your intuitive gifts, if you would like guidance with that. But yeah, HES Ultimage, like the channel is spelled.com. There we go. Alrighty, so air signs are the ones who are getting the tea leaf forecast for this month. As I mentioned, it's the tea leaf forecast for this month. I just rotate which element I'm doing for the month, because it just takes a little extra prep work, and it's a little messier to do the tea leaf reading. So, as far as, like, physically, like, I get tea leaves all over my hands. Because for me, I just rip open the tea bag and, you know, pitch them around. By the way, this is your teacup for the month, to show you that I actually have a teacup, and I actually took the time to do it. I'd like to show it, because that's my tradition to show it. Alright. Okay, but yeah, and since I channel, it's like, at this point, it's like, the tea leaves are as they are, but it's like I can channel additional information, and also it's like, kind of melts together anyhow. Alright, so I can already say, for Geminis, it was pretty socially based, and for you guys, it's pretty much the same. It's gonna definitely have to do with social elements, and I'm just gonna tie them together. Yeah, okay, and I already know what the big part is. Okay, so we're all adults here. One of the symbols in the cup was actually a sperm cell, and it was in the area of the glass which represents socializing, gatherings or parties. It's like networking is the glass in a lot of ways. Okay. So it shows me that for some reason in September, you're going to be relying upon networking to try and create, it's like the idea that it's like a germ for creation, okay, much like a sperm cell. The idea is, in hopes in September, the idea is your ability to network could somehow generate the creation or birth of a project or relationship or opportunity, okay? So that's the idea. But for some reason, this has to rely upon your networking or your ability to connect with other people and make, networking really is the keyword that I want to use. Because again, it's like, for some reason, it really has to do with you seeking out additional sources. Alright, okay. And we do have some challenge energy here. And the Saturn energy for this one, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. I don't do all the planets in the teacup. It's just wherever things fall and whatever I'm directed to. There was some Saturn energy in this, which is challenge energy. And the image was like flying pigs, so it's like when pigs fly is the idea that it's like something, expectations are placed against you as far as your ability to make certain connections, or your ability to solidify certain partnerships or acquisitions of different partners or people you pick up for whatever this desired project or connection is, okay? Alright, give me a second. Just want to keep things straight here while I'm going through this. This is really free form at this point as far as how I tie them together. Because when you channel, it's like order matters as far as how you link the symbols together. Okay? Okay, alright. Alright, next one was in the plus sign, which represents, like, additional energies. In this case, it's, yeah, what builds you up in this case is what it is. And it was the idea of the tarmac at like an airport, like the area where the plane lifts off from. That was the energy in the plus section. Okay, so it's like you need this other connection in order to make this thing happen. Whatever it is. Um, it could be some sort of project, it could be some sort of business thing, it could be a creative thing that you need a collaborator on, it could be a social thing that you need somebody to help you start a club or something like that. The point is you need this network or connection, because it could be a group of people too. You need the network or connection in order to get your project or dream off of the ground. Okay, and literally what was channeled into me was, I must make this lift off. Okay, so the idea is you need to get something off the ground, okay? So whatever this feels like it's something that hasn't been launched yet, or it hasn't been launched successfully yet, okay, is the idea. You need people to help you launch it, or again, groups to, or a network of people to help you launch whatever this particular, okay, we can say, again, it's the seed of something, okay, that you want to manifest. All right, give me 1 second now. Okay, and this is important too, because the idea is that you're at the beginning of the process, in which case this is going to determine your direction. Okay. Okay, cool. Just channeling some more. Because the idea was, in the area of like Mars and all, which is your action and everything, basically right now your action's being called into question to say, what do I truly want to manifest? And what is the nature of what I want this to be? And this is how I'm going to word this. Okay. The idea is, what shape will this take? And again, it seems like you're in this very, okay, for lack of a better word, fragile state where it's so early in the development of this venture or goal that it could become anything at this point, okay? And I'll give you just a really, yeah, random example. God, probably only my generation will get this because of the fact that it was such a minute cultural blip on the screen. There were these little electronic pets called Tamagotchi, and depending on how you would raise them, their form or appearance would change based upon how you would raise them. There are a few variations on this, like there are also the Chow creatures from the Sonic Adventure games. I know nobody's gonna get that reference. If you get that reference, kudos to you. But the idea is something that you nurture, and depending on how you nurture it, and the nature of which that you are approaching the method or tactics invested and injected into your process is going to really shape how it winds up forming. It's like you've got a baby and it's going to grow up to be an adult, but this is your goal or your aspiration or thing that you want to get off the ground, again, is the idea. That right now, there's no way of really, okay, now would be the time to consider what you want this to wind up looking like, and the type of investment you want to make into it to make it turn out in a way that ideally it would be. I think you're just so early that the idea is that that you're open, okay, that you're really open and that it can take on any kind of form right now, in which case the start, okay, good. The start line is really important, is the idea. Okay, cool. All right, because yeah, I'm being reminded that what we really have to focus on is the idea that the plane has to take off from the tarmac, so it doesn't really matter where you're getting to your destination right now. Okay, wait. Okay, the idea is it does, but you're not really going to know where that will wind up being. Okay. Sorry, I have to channel a lot with this one. The idea is the launching part is what is really, really imperative in September. So as long as the launching part is, you know, underway, then the rest of it you can figure out as you go. Okay. Okay. So that was really the whole point of that. It's like the launching is the primary element here. So anything else that's kind of about what the end product will be, that's like all for, you know, for later months, basically. Okay, all right. Next two symbols are the heart and then the cat. This shows me that, okay, that there could be some cat and mouse games when it comes to gauging people's involvement or commitment in certain things, or yeah, or okay. Okay, all right, sorry. Um the combination of the cat and heart, it's the idea too that the networks might be, or people might be elusive initially, in which case then you want to keep seeking those things. Um and being tenacious about it, okay? Because again, the launch is what you want. Oh, okay, all right. And that's where the last symbol comes in. Going off of that thing about being tenacious about seeking your leads and being consistent about your communication, so that means being persistent when it calls for it. You know, don't be overbearing to the point that you're annoying the person or people, but you need to be resilient and you need to be determined. The last symbol is actually a harpooner, like how they would do in like Moby Dick or something. Yeah, the book Moby Dick. Or when you see a pop culture reference, how it's like the person with the harpoon. Whaling's a bad thing, obviously. This is just a teacup, so you know, it's just an image. But the idea is that level of tenacity and that level of um, persistence is what you want to follow through with, okay? So it seems like really the super key thing. Okay, I gotta keep saying this because I still feel like I'm just not doing it quite enough. The launch is the key element, okay? Because I was the finding of the okay, network or people or person is, you know, important, but the launch is really the key element. Okay, so kind of wrapping it up for you and putting it into a convenient package. Um, it's really just about finding the right network collaborators, etc., to help you get a project off of the ground, even though that project hasn't like realized its full potential or its full face yet. Okay. So that said, again, focus on the idea of being tenacious when it comes to following your leads and everything like that. Even if there is some difficulty with doubts attached to who you can land or the connections you can make, because again, with that Pixfly thing, it shows me that either you or other people might have doubts about how you can bring people in to contribute, in which case, again, be persistent about how you are seeking your network when it comes to this little, like, baby goal project that still has so far to go yet. But again, the idea is getting it lifted off the ground, getting something started, okay? And again, then you will get to kind of see through the form more as you work through it. Um, it's kind of like you're creating a piece of art or or a song or anything like that, and you're just starting with a really basic idea, and you're going to see how it takes shape or form. Okay, so I want you to think about it that way. It's kind of like playing it by ear with a really key core thing that helps you begin it, because then it's like once you start lifting it up, then it's time to start putting everything into place. Okay? All right, so that said, I wish you the best of luck. It seems like it's going to be pretty proactive this month when it comes to this whole launch concept. And remember, focus on the launch concept. That is our key word. That is our key focus. So whatever this launch is for you that has to do with obtaining a greater network or greater connections to form that launch and achieve that launch, that's what matters. And again, don't worry so much right now about the end game of it or the last phase, because right now the intro phase is what matters most, all right? Okay, so that said, I wish you a great month, and if you want a personal reading, go to hesultimate.com, and I will see you guys later.